All right, welcome everybody here in Twitch chat and also on YouTube in the future. Our next deck is going to be Sultai Vannifar. Note White Jaguar. This is a deck that I made earlier today. We want one. Man, I would like a Muldrotha in the deck. I guess we could play a Muldrotha over an Incubation Druid, I suppose. No, I really like Incubation Druid ramping here. It's hard. We've been talking about this in Twitch chat here. Just like there's lots of cards that I would like. Cards that I would want is I want one copy of Muldrotha. I want a 4th Biogenic Ooze. I want a 3rd Hostage Taker, a 3rd Midnight Reaper. But you know we just can't play all those cards. Yeah. So cut one Guardian. No, Growth Chamber Guardian is certainly good as a 4 of. Like when you're playing Growth Chamber Guardian, you're gonna want all 4. Resolute Watchdog? No, never play that card. But I think getting Prime Speaker of Vannifar out early with help of these Elves and Incubation Druid is pretty crucial. Getting cards like Vannifar, Biogenic Ooze, and Vivian Reed out early. Find Finality is basically our... Like, I guess Find would be the cut for Muldrotha. Find is basically Muldrotha. So I guess it would be cutting a Find for a Muldrotha, which maybe we could do that. If we really want to play a Muldrotha, that would be the card to get rid of. Yes, you need 3 Vivian. Vivian is insane. Yeah, Muldrotha would have to replace Find. Because it's, you know, if Muldrotha gets cards back, Find gets cards back. Okay. We'll cut a Find. All right, we'll play the Muldrotha. Let's do it for the Find. Okay. There we go. But yeah, I think this deck is I'm pretty high on, you know, without playing a single game yet. I'm already pretty high on this deck. I feel like we have a lot of good tools against kind of everything in the metagame. Right now, as far as my sideboard goes, the thing I'd be most worried about would be tokens. I don't really have anything against green-white tokens. I don't have any kind of sweepers or anything. Besides green-white tokens, I think I like where I'm at with like basically all these tools against the rest of the decks. Oh, I have Finality. That's right. That was my plan against tokens, was Finality. So I guess cutting this Muldrotha or putting this Muldrotha in makes it worse because we had Finality. But we still got 2 Finalities, I suppose. Yeah. So that's what we got. Let's go ahead and play. I don't really like on Mordigo too much. Don't think we need that card. We use gold. Sultai Vannifar. Oh, let me update on Stream Decker. Let me edit the 3 Finality, make it 2, and put in 1 Muldrotha. So if we have Prime Speaker Vannifar in play and we have Biogenic Ooze in play, we can sacrifice the Biogenic Ooze, go get Muldrotha, use the mana that we have. You know, if we untap with those 2 cards in play, that's what I'm saying. If we untap with those cards in play, then we can use the mana that we have that turn to just recast the Biogenic Ooze and get an extra Ooze. So yeah, I definitely do not mind having Muldrotha in the deck. Alright, we're playing red. So I don't have any life gain in the deck, but I think I have some good enough interactions to maybe be able to be just fine in this matchup without it. I won't say that we're necessarily like huge favorites or anything, but I think we may have enough here. I haven't taken a look at Selesnya Angels since the new expansion's out. I think the biggest change to the deck would be adding Growth Chamber Guardians to the deck. I think I was really kind of struggling with the last 2-drop slot, and that's probably over a Danto Vanguard. I think Growth Chamber Guardian is a real big upgrade to that deck. Should I have Plague Mare? I'm not real high on Plague Mare. Plague Mare, I mean, we do get to get it with Vannifar, which is really nice. But the problem is like, the aggro decks go bigger than 1 toughness pretty quickly. Alright, and we're just wanting to make as many trades as quickly as possible. Like, we're just wanting to trade resources all the time. Yes, Thorn Lieutenant is better against Growth Chamber Guardian, specifically against aggressive decks. Yes. What I was saying before is that Growth Chamber Guardian is better than a Danto Vanguard against aggressive decks. Growth Chamber Guardian is much better against control decks than Thorn Lieutenant is. You don't need to really cheat a counter on Growth Chamber Guardian to make it a good card. So I think next turn my plan is to just play Prime Speaker Vannifar. I don't know, Chris. I never saw the 5-0 lists. That's a good place to use your last or wild card on to get a 4th Growth Chamber Guardian, absolutely. It's a good place right there. I may just turn Hostage Taker into Biogenic Ooze next turn. Or I could also just turn... I could play Land War Elf. Actually, I think that's a better play. Next turn I'm going to, like... You know, presuming, like, my plan right now, if we untap with Vannifar, is play Llanowar Elf, sacrifice it for Growth Chamber Guardian, use 3 mana to adapt the Growth Chamber Guardian to make it a 4/4, and get a new Growth Chamber Guardian, and just play the Watery Grave into play tapped. Yeah, 5 mana Ooze does put counters on... Vannifar as well. I am 32. Well... Now what are we doing? Yeah, we could just pay 2 life and just play Ooze. I really don't hate that at all. That allows us to... allows us to keep Prime Speaker Vannifar back on defense as well. And next turn I can Hostage Taker, you know, target Firebrand, make them sacrifice the Firebrand, sack the Hostage Taker, get another Ooze, and suddenly have very large creatures. Mountain Wizard's Lightning. Yeah, we had 4x. Yeah, Theater of Horrors did a whole lot of good things for us. It's not very good against the other aggressive decks, and I think I maybe should have sideboarded it out a little more aggressively than I did. Yeah, we could sack the ooze for an elf. What if... What if I don't sacrifice Hostage Taker? Let's see if we can get a land drop. So this is like forces them to use a bolt on Hostage Taker here. So they bolt Hostage Taker, they get War Boss back. We still have Branch Walker that can block the token. But if they don't block, or if they don't bolt Hostage Taker, you know, then we get their War Boss. So instead of them using a bolt upstairs, this is, you know, I'd rather them use a bolt on my creature than a bolt upstairs. You know, right about now. Yeah, Vannifar. Yeah, Vannifar is only a sorcery speed, so I can't use it later. I have to use it during my turn. Yeah, we could get another Hostage Taker from the Legion War Boss, from their Legion War Boss. Yeah, basically, that's basically life gain. Them bolting my Hostage Taker. That's, you know, I don't have like traditional life gain, but that's life gain. Yeah, Mardu Aristocrats list you can find in the decks, !decks. Get to all my deck list there. Time for me to start putting the Rakdos Mayhem up on YouTube. You can also find the replay of the videos on YouTube, and in the YouTube descriptions they have linked to the deck list on there as well. So if you'd like to see the deck in action, you can see it on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/ToddStevensMTG. It is not Muldrotha time. I do not want to shock. Do not think we need to shock there. It is more ooze time. Oh yeah, Rakdos decks will certainly be competitive. For that question earlier. So if I click Resolve Attack, does it attack with, can I attack with all? It's fixed? Oh, it is fixed. Cool. No, I don't think Rakdos Showstopper will see any play on like the, you know, like it'll see play as much as like, you know, cards that people want to play, but it's not going to be in like the tier 1 decks or anything like that. Okay. So we're playing against red. So we're going to have a couple Contempt, Brontodon, an extra Chupacabra, some cast downs, some negates. Those are good too. A lot of things to kind of bring in. Gonna get rid of the Hostage Takers. cutting Land War Elf, especially on the draw against Chain Whirler. So this is 61 right here. That's probably good enough. Let's try this. MTG bot's being a little slow with the deck command. There you go. I think this is a mulligan. I think it's gonna be. I think it's just kind of too risky to keep that 2-lander. I think Muldrotha is better than Find Finality. Certainly possible. Like the 6/6 body is. Pretty big. So we have a tough choice here whether to... Like, I really want the Branchwalker to be a 3/2 because I don't want it to die to a Chain Whirler. But if they use a burn spell on the Chain on the Branchwalker and then just hit us, I would have wished I would have cast down. But right now I want to cast down a Chain Whirler. I don't know. I'm just going to play the Branchwalker. Help set up the next draw. You know, it's going to be tough to win this game after mulliganing and seeing 7 lands. 8 lands if you count the one we put on the bottom. Yeah, standard's certainly healthy. Alright, which do I want to cast down the field? Instant or sorcery spell? If they're trading off Get to Lava Runner, that's like that's kind of telling me they don't have instants and sorcery spells. I'm just gonna kill this Pyromancer. And I'll have Contempt for field or for a Phoenix. "17 of the post-Cyborg cards were CMC2. Do you think that's an issue?" Not necessarily. Really hoping no Frenzy. But how they're just emptying their hands like that certainly feels like a Frenzy. Okay, good. Good. Alright, time to get this army of 4/4s. Oh, yep, the opponent did run out of gas. And it's Growth Chamber Guardian time. This card is so good. We just drew 1, and now we're just going to have a bunch of 4/4s. That's so good. Thanks, Nal. That's what this channel is about. Just being chill and educational. And then you get some Toto in there. Doesn't hurt. So now I have... Unfortunately, I'm not playing Vannifar here. I'm just going to be playing Guardian, activating it, and playing another Guardian. Okay, so we'll have all these, you know, like the second of any of these will be lethal. All right, Sultai Vannifar starting off with an easy win. Says the Sultai Ascendant in chat, and I agree. That was a good win. We are 1-0. Yeah, I am. I'm pretty optimistic about this deck. Very optimistic that this deck is going to be good. Yeah, who needs Wild Growth Walker and Carnage Tyrant? Not us. We don't need those cards. Yeah, imagine that Growth Chamber Guardian was Wild Growth Walker there. We would have just had a 1-3. Shocking in with a Breeding Pool here instead of Overgrown Tomb because we have the Woodland Cemetery. That if we need the untapped black next turn, we can use that. Sacred Foundry. Alright, I'm not going to play the Growth Chamber Guardian yet because, you know, like I could play it, they could kill it. Next turn, I'll have 5 mana. I can play this and adapt it immediately. Jeskai doesn't usually play a whole lot of instant speed removal spells like that. Guardian not dying to Deafening Clarion is really nice as well. Really wish I wouldn't have drawn this other one. How the vault works. I have this link to this article in here that has a lot of description about the vault. And a lot of other just good information about Arena if you want to check out that website. Yeah, and unfortunately we drew that other Growth Chamber Guardian, so we don't get another one out, but oh well. Alright, so now we got our 3 Vivians in our deck for a reason. This is the perfect time to draw Vivian. Our opponent's like, looking for sweepers to deal with our cards on the battlefield. They're gonna have to tap out to deal with these creatures on the battlefield. And whenever they do, oh, that's really annoying. We can find Vivian. Ugh. No Vivian. Will the rest of the standard be 3-color good stuff against mono red? No. No. This is, we're in the very first week of standard. These are kind of like, yeah. Standard evolves, the decks evolve and everything. The very first week of standard of last season, green-black was kind of nowhere. Because green-black just had a lot of tools that were like, it was kind of hard to build the deck immediately. It seems like it's so obvious right now, but to start with, it wasn't there. And yeah, and RNA is not even out on anything but Arena yet. That's a good point. And I guess Magic Online too, but like online. Oh, they adapt. Evolve was the last Ravnica said. Okay, my bad. Yeah, we have really flooded out here. It's been disappointing. What do you think of Angel of the Scales? I think you're talking about Seraph of the Scales, I believe. Which Seraph of the Scales is has been impressive. I didn't have didn't have it highly rated, just kind of coming into the set. But I've played a league with it, and it was more impressive than I thought it was going to be.
I can no longer stand by and watch. Hurry!
Correct. I haven't made a Bant Flash deck yet. We just played against Burn, and we won. That was our previous matchup. Yeah, this flood's been pretty tough. Pretty tough. For a Simic draw engine, I'm running Elf Ooze build, but I'm Slight Ashu running out cards in hand. Yeah, Vivian. Vivian's the best. We got 3 of them in here. Be nice to find, but yeah, Vivian is the best Simic card draw engine. I'm gonna wait 1 turn. I think there's a good chance we can draw something that costs 4 or less also, that we can draw as well and be able to cast 2 spells.
Let's skip to the good part.
But us actually winning this match is not very realistic. Or like this game, sorry. It's turn 1,000,000, and we finally just drew, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so 9. It was turn 9. Now turn 10, we've drawn 1 card that was not Land War Elf or Growth Chamber Guardian. I haven't been very impressed with Kaya myself. Maybe even Brontodons. Maybe not Brontodons. We'll see. If I take out Hostage Taker and Chupacabra, I would still have Contempt and Vivian for like removal. Honestly, Find Finality is a little overrated in this matchup. It gets like things that are countered back, which is fine. But like we saw, like even that last game, think if we had Find Finality in our hand, it would have done nothing, basically. Or maybe I just cut mana creatures. I can just be a little slower with like these negates, thought erasures, all this kind of stuff. Is Vannifar even that good? I expect them to have like Dawnbringer, Niv Mizzet, things like that in. So I don't want to like just have no removal in my deck. I think 2 Chups, 2 Contempt, 2 Vivian. Then we got the Vivians also. That's probably fine. Yeah, and I didn't have any 4s to get with. Like I certainly need 4 mana cards to get with. Ooze. To get with Vannifar. Alright, hopefully we draw a couple lands again. Frilled Mystic is kind of expensive at 4 mana. You know, we're just going with the cheaper interaction with like Thought Erasure and Negate instead. Alright, let's get 2 lands. Oh. It's not a land drop. It's like the... Man. Those are 2 terrible cards to put in the graveyard for me. Those are very bad explorers for me to see on top. I really want to play Vivian on curve. Just really want to play Vivian on curve. Yeah, we did real well with the Jeskai Legends deck. Alright, come on, land. Oh, rewarded. We were... Alright. I did so much graveyarding. I'm so glad we were rewarded for throwing all those good cards down to the bottom.
Shield.
Muldrotha? What do you do? I don't know. Taking Brontodon because we saw them have enchantment removal last game. They could have enchantment removal for Vivian. Like if they Ixalan's Binding Vivian, I'm going to want the Brontodon to be able to free the Vivian. Oh, I should tick up Vivian first. Yep, and that's everybody in chat's
You can't stop
liking the
nature.
Brontodon pick. So going with the double spell here. I'm not sure. May play that Esper Friends deck again. It seems like it's been a real popular video from looking at the YouTube views.
I'm known for my...
We did really well with it. They're gonna have instant speed removal to protect Teferi. I don't know. Let's see. Double Revitalize Nova. We'll take a Revitalize. Oh! Okay, yeah. Okay, good. That doesn't cost mana. Okay, good.
Meet my newest friend.
I think I may just take the land. No, we'll take Jade Light. Yeah, I'll just take Jade Light. Okay, we're good. Alright, our opponent needs to find an answer for Vivian this turn. And so we're going to make them draw 1 less card by getting this Teferi out of here.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I have like Contempt instead of Eldritch Reborn. I think I like Contempt more in the deck than Eldritch Reborn. Alright, well there's an answer to Vivian.
Let's slow this down. You need to slow down.
Yeah, we get your point. You want us to slow down. We get it. Alright. Other Teferi dead.
It's only a matter of time.
If I play Jade Light, you know, this could be a land maybe, but then, you know, we're gonna make sure we draw Vivian next turn. Could just also just get Biogenic Ooze in play. Yeah, it's ooze time. It's ooze time. Let's ooze. You know, we got... Make sure we have... Or I guess it's not quite lethal. We don't get to spend mana on the ooze to make it bigger. We have to wait till end step. So this is 12. They're at 13, but of course they got the Revitalize also. Alright, Ooze, you died a hero. Deputy of Detention. See, this is why I need to keep some removal in the deck. Alright, Teferi. I'm sorry, Mental. Starve Extinction. Rude. Alright, so I want to find
No one knows the wild
Chupacabra. There we go. Want to find Chupacabra because if they detention the Vivian, then we can kill the detention. Alright, so they get to gain a lot of life, cycle through some cards. We got Teferi named with Spyglass over here. Alright, my plan is to get a land now with this Vivian. We need to get more lands. We have too many cards in hand, so hopefully get a land. And auto tap didn't really save me a green source. There's a green source. So they got 9 mana now, so they can fight with fire and kill everything. Alright, and then we follow up with Ooze. I named Teferi, yeah.
Not bad for a mouse.
I'm not sure if I should even play the Growth Chamber Guardian there, because they probably need to Wrath away the Ooze anyway. I guess they don't need to Wrath away the Ooze, they could just use a singular removal spell on Biogenic Ooze, and we'd still just have a 3/3. That's true, Growth Chamber would threaten lethal. Alright, and they found the removal for Biogenic Ooze. Looks like they are copying it with Explosion. With the expansion. How many? So that's our third Growth Chamber Guardian. Yeah, so we would have only had one more to get out of the deck. Our opponent's really gone through our deck pretty well. There you go. Thanks, Mascalar. There's the YouTube right there. And if we get to 1,000 subscribers, YouTube channel, we're gonna be doing another 12-hour stream real soon. Not too surprised to see double land there. We certainly were going to be getting some more lands out of our deck here pretty soon. Yeah, gate decks are a thing. We played a gate deck yesterday, and it was awesome. Any advice for a new player? I have a couple of resources for you. If you're just like new to Magic in general, the level 1 is a good resource. If you are I guess we're gonna just play this out. If you're just like new to Arena and you want just like information about Arena, this whole website, I mean, that's just to one part of the website, but that if you go to even like the homepage there of that website, toiletdrake.com has a lot of good information about Arena. I'm not sure. I haven't been there since they've updated like the how they give out, how like the 5th card problem has been changed and stuff. I haven't gone through and checked there after that. Oh yeah, we have negates in our deck. Negate's a good draw. Forgot we had those in the deck. Hey, we found them. I don't like Zerf. Like, what are you struggling with there? I would think that that's a real good matchup for you. Not necessarily real good, but pretty good. Too near to dead before I can do more than resolve a few explorers without Wild Growth Walker on the field. Yeah, you certainly want to save Wild Growth Walker. Wow. We just drew our second forest. We just drew the other basic. That was a really, really bad draw for us. We were going to have Muldrotha on top also. If I would have said no, it would have been Muldrotha up next. Man. Muldrotha would be perfect here. Man. Never lucky. Yeah, Hawkeye's back here. He's just sleeping. I'm gonna wait just a tad for this Thought Erasure. I want to Thought Erasure, and then play a threat. This Vannifar works. There's nothing to pot into at 4 anymore. Playing the land, yeah, I could certainly hold it for like bluffing like another counterspell. Playing the land in case we do draw Muldrotha, we could have lots of mana to be able to play our cards with Muldrotha. They just drew a ton of cards. Dude, these explosions have been so good for them. This expansion explosion, all 3 of them have been really good. Alright, anyway, back to them. What do they have over here? Nothing that gets rid of my my Spyglass onto Fairy. May just take Chemister's Insight. Just take Chemister's Insight. I mean, all the other cards just like kill like one thing. You know, I'd rather, like, I don't want them to draw, you know, even more cards. Like, sure, like they just have like some removal, like whatever. They'll kill a thing. That's fine. I mean, it's, you know, it's not preferably, it's not preferable. There we go. That's the word. It's not preferable that they kill a thing, but it just kills a thing. I mean, they would also just have, like, they have multiple... So, okay, so somebody says, if you took Lava Coil, then he has to use Citywide Bust, and then no longer has an answer to Muldrotha. Well, they also just have multiple Chemister's Insight. They're going to find other answers. Like, that's what their deck is. Like, they're going to find other... They'll find other ways to kill things. And plus, I would just have a 2-4 in play. A 2-4 doesn't even get through the 1-3. Alright, so Mirari Conjecture is unfortunately going to end this, getting another explosion. Oh. Well, what if we take this explosion here? That returns a sorcery card. Do they have a sorcery? That's like, do they have like a Banefire? They have Starve Extinction. Oh, they have Fight with Fire. Dang it. They would Fight with Fire. Cause see, they can't return another instant. They could return a sorcery, but yeah, they have Fight with Fire, so. You thought the first part was sorcery? Or they just got it. All right, 1-1. Feel like I should not have activated Vivian that much and lost, so I feel like I didn't do a good job either activating Vivian or playing my spells after I activated Vivian. I certainly feel like I could have won that game. Yeah, Rakdos deck was pretty good. Certainly some of the cards, you know, I really liked Spawn of Mayhem. That card is awesome. I didn't really have a way to beat green-white tokens. That was one of our losses. And then we lost to a bigger red deck in a really close match. Mirari Conjecture in that Jeskai deck was really impressive with all the Fight with Fires and everything. Yeah, my opponent just having, like, they had so many good sweepers. They really did, you know, like they blew up a lot of stuff with Starve Extinction at one point. A kicked Fight with Fire destroyed a lot of things. Yeah. So many board wipes. That's the worst card to see on top. Because unfortunately Exploring puts it in the graveyard. And I just want that to be in my deck. And that last game, the very beginning with my very first Jade Light, remember how I put a Midnight Reaper and a Jade Light in the graveyard? Those would have certainly been really good cards to have. What is my opponent doing? Are they gonna... Is this like a Ritual of Sit deck? It's randomly a Ritual of Sit deck? It can't be, right? Correct. DD stands for donation deck. Hey, Liberius. This has been a weird game. Oh man, if they just Ritual of Sit me here. Are you kidding me? They're just playing Priest of the Forgotten Gods and Ritual of Sit in the same deck? What is going on? I certainly can build a sideboard for them, Solage. We played a Mardu Angels deck yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago. We played Mardu Angels. I haven't played a Black-White Angels deck. Okay. I guess I'll just kind of attack here. They block Jade Light Ranger, you know, I get to draw a card. These are maybe the 3 weirdest cards to put together. Priest of the Forgotten Gods, Ritual of Sit, and Fel Spectre. Mono black zombies with Banner or Immortal Sun. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I should just play the other Growth Chamber Guardian. I'm thinking, like, I don't want to play into another Ritual of Sit, but we have Midnight Reaper in play. Alright, ooze time. Alright, our first deck from today is almost ready to go up on YouTube. Let me finish out that YouTube video there. Don't know if we need to do any sideboarding. Yeah, I don't know if we really need to do any sideboarding here. I don't think I am. I'm pretty confident our deck can defeat our opponent's deck with what we got in the main deck. At least from what we've seen so far from our opponent's deck. Pretty confident here. Font of Agonies. Resubs, I count resubs as well towards the sub goal. Count all the subs. Their opponent is a madman. They got stuff going on over here. Our opponent's on a different level than what I'm on. That's for sure. Gotta give him credit there. Yeah, because they could just virtual sit away my creatures. Yeah. They got me. Opponent's playing spicier decks. So what do they have that they're going to be paying life with in their deck? We haven't seen any pay life cards yet. Yeah, buy cards individually for Paper Magic. Absolutely. It's the best way to get cards. You can just go to any store. TCGplayer.com is a really good site that has lots of different stores are just kind of are on that site together. Yeah, where's the Chupacabra now, huh? Probably, I guess we're 1-1. We're not in the 0-1 bracket. I was thinking that we were in the 0-1 bracket. We're in the 1-1 bracket. Demon Lord Belzenbach. That card's cool. O Ford with the sub. Thank you so much, O Ford. I really do appreciate that. And just kind of reminder here, if you weren't in here earlier when we were talking about it, on Friday I will be sending an email out to all of my subscribers with. Do I want to play stuff? I guess I'll play this thing. With at least 2 or maybe 3 decks that I would recommend for the Open this weekend with sideboard guides, if you'd be interested in that. I'll be writing that email on Friday and setting it up. I don't really want to discard Muldrotha. So next turn we'll have Chupacabra kill the Belzenbach. Yeah, I just kind of... So I could have made a token on my turn that would have gotten a counter, but I was just kind of keeping my option open to be able to activate Growth Chamber Guardian also if I felt like I wanted to do that. So I just kind of passed and had the 2. I did lose out on gaining a counter on the token to keep that option available. But with them, you know, we knew about the Eldest Reborn in their hand from the Demon Lord Bells Unlock, and if they would have cast the Eldest Reborn, then that token having the counter didn't matter to us. Okay, no, I hadn't heard of Wind Hand. I'll try that. Wind Hand. Next, good evening. When are you going to give your take on a newer version of Selesnya Angels? I've had some okay runs with a Bant version. Nice. I'm not sure when, honestly. You know, I've been just playing like these new cards and new decks currently, but yeah, I should update that deck soon. All right, they're down to 1. They can get Bells Unlocked back with Eldest Reborn, but wouldn't really recommend it. Yeah, the Simic got a lot in Standard, a lot more than we thought. Like, whenever like the previews were starting and stuff, it didn't seem like Simic was behind, but kind of at the end there, got some good stuff with Biogenic Ooze and the Growth Chamber Guardian. All right, 2 and 1. Up next, we're going to be playing Mardu Aristocrats again from yesterday. I really liked that deck, and so I want to try that deck out some more. That'll likely be one of the decks that I'll write about. Potentially. I want to try it out. Favorite guild in Limited. I actually been enjoying Gruul more and more. Last couple times I played, I like drafted. I thought I could draft a pretty good Gruul deck. I liked Gruul in draft. All right, this is a little bit of a risky keep. Need to draw a green source here in the first two draws here. But if we do with these double Jade Lights, we're going to be doing awesome. Obviously, we did not. Nice, kitties. Got a 5-0 in Gruul in draft. Very good. Ugh. Our opponent's out green blacking us. There we go, finally. Finally. So we're a little bit behind. Hopefully we can catch up. Because we were on the play, and they hit their 5th land drop before we hit our 4th, even though we were on the play. I don't think we're going to catch up now.
I've lost so much already. I won't lose more.
So much for catching up. I haven't played Hellkite yet. Hellkite looks pretty good. I guess we played it a little bit in a Teamer Vannifar deck yesterday. We haven't played Vannifar too much. Or sorry, we haven't played Sark and Hellkite too much, and yeah, I can't really get that far behind a Vivian. I just need Contempt for Vivian, unfortunately. I don't know what I'm not playing if I'm playing Contempt, though. Guess I'm taking a Vannifar out. And, am I taking out the Muldrotha? Yeah, I wasn't going to stop that Vivian from ultimating. I had no, like, removal for it. I wasn't going to be able to stop it from ultimating. Too many mana dorks. I wish we had some mana dorks that last game. I mean, I think it's the opposite way. I think Vannifar is very good. I'm not sure if Muldrotha is necessary. Yeah, our very first game, we had Vannifar in play against Red, and it was doing its thing for us. All right, so we're both on 6. No, Vannifar can only be tapped at sorcery speed, so you cannot use it in response to a removal spell. I think Frilled Mystic is a little expensive for where I want to be in the sideboard. You know, I have Thoughtseize and or Thought Erasure, sorry, and Negate in the sideboard instead. Oh yeah, Hadana's Climb's awesome. Played a Hadana's Climb deck yesterday. That card's real good. Do I have 2 black? I do have 2 black. Alright, I'm hoping no Chupacabra here. Really hoping we get to untap with Vannifar. If they don't have a removal spell for Vannifar, we're going to be looking really good. We get to turn a J-Light Ranger into a Hostage Taker, and then Hostage Taker take their Midnight Reaper and play their Midnight Reaper. Look real good for us. They could have, like, Cast Down, though, I suppose. I suppose they could have Cast Down, but I'm going to give it a try anyway, though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's what Vannifar does. And now we get to turn this Hostage Taker into a Biogenic Ooze.
Come, let's tear this place apart.
Do I want to Contempt or play my own Vivian? Let's draw another card. Hey Mac, thanks. So I could certainly see Finality coming down here. Our opponent kind of needs Finality. So So I think I want to protect against finality a little bit. So I'm gonna protect against finality and just go ahead and hostage taker my own biogenic ooze. So if they find finality and kill all my stuff, then I get my biogenic ooze back.
You can't stop nature.
Carnage Tyrant's definitely a problem. Guess maybe I should have just contempted the Vivian. Maybe I should have just contempted the Vivian last turn. Yeah, Vannifar would have been a 3/5, yes, but they would have got rid of Ooze. Alright, if I put Ooze into play right now, they're just going to both be 4/4s. If I go get another Ooze, they will all be 4/4s. Let's get a Jade Light Ranger. Let's do some exploring. I want the oozes to live more than I want the Vannifar to live, for the most part. Our best possible draw is another ooze, where I can get 3 oozes on the battlefield next turn if we draw one, because we get to play one, we sacrifice Hostage Shaker, which puts another one into play, and go get another one, so we can get all 3 of our oozes into play. They would immediately turn into being They'd immediately turn into being 5 power, where we wouldn't have to worry about finality at all. No, I don't have any Playcrafter. Alright, I'm just playing one of these Vivians.
Why meet my newest friend?
Oh, right, I can play Branchwalker. Okay, well, I should have got the non-shock land. That was a mistake. I forgot about the land war off there for a second. What's my favorite deck so far with the new set? I'm not sure yet, honestly. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I do like Vivian's, though. Your Naya value deck from yesterday is making me 7 wins in constructed event non-stop. You're a great brewer. That's awesome, Anime. I'm glad you're doing well with that. Alright, with the Find Finality, could certainly be time for us not to play around Finality on their side anymore. Kind of seems a little less likely that they have Find Finality. Like, they haven't played Finality at all. It kind of seems a little less likely. Alright, come on, Ooze. Let's get the Ooze. Ooze?
The wilds are my shield.
No Ooze. I'll get one of these Growth Chamber Guardians. Oh, I already have a Growth Chamber Guardian. I should grab the land. I Alright. So we would be forcing them to play... I mean, I don't really need to... I don't really need to extend like that, but I also just have finality, so I can just get them back. We have so many options here. It just got, like, Vannifar just gives us even more options. I'm gonna go ahead and actually do this. I think I would rather them... So, the reason why I'm going to go ahead and do this, not only we have the find finality where we can get them back, if they do end up having find finality, but this forces them... I want them to play find finality before Carnage Tyrant. They're going to use Memorial Folly to get Carnage Tyrant back into play. I don't want them to cast Carnage Tyrant and then cast finality afterwards and put counters on the Carnage Tyrant. That's something I would certainly be scared of. I think that would be like the most likely way we lose the game. All right, well they never did have finality. All right, it's tied up one apiece. Let's get some thought erasures in here on the draw. Hey, J-Doc Jr. This is Sultai Vannifar. Alright, we can try this. Elixir of Immortality cantrip in the board? I don't think so. I think just having something like Find Finality is a better card. So yeah, we got two oozes because of like there was one taken by the hostage taker. And then we got the one from like the Vannifar activation to go get another one into play. I guess I'm playing double Branch Walker over playing singular Jade Light. And I need to, or I want to draw a land next turn. So I can cast Vivian. Certainly want to cast Vivian next turn, and so I'm getting like the two bodies down to be able to block for Vivian. Oh yeah, the Explore creatures are certainly good enough on their own. Without Wild Growth Walker.
Come to me.
Chamber Guardian's gonna be a little slow here. I'll just take Branch Walker for now. Can like Jade Light plus Branch Walker next turn. I was hoping to find Chupacabra myself, or Hostage Taker. Something for this Wild Growth Walker like that.
Strike me, and you strike nature. Balance comes.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and Choop, kill their walker. And then play a branch walker. I'll take that Biogenic Ooze, thank you. Yeah, that was a good curve of Wild Growth Walker into Jade Light and Chupacabra, but they didn't have Llanowar Elf. I have Llanowar Elf on the play, so I had turn 4 Vivian. Vivian just kind of beats that curve of what our opponent was doing.
Would break someone like you.
Alright, well I guess Biogenic Ooze, you're waiting a turn, because I'm certainly getting Midnight Reaper into play in case there's a finality on my opponent's side.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
She said, "Show with me." All right, so finality would kill 6, 7. So I would lose 7 life and draw 7 cards. That sounds like a pretty reasonable number of cards to lose and draw and everything. I should just attack with Branch Walker. No, I should not attack with Branch Walker, because attack with Branch Walker means they get to block with Chupacabra and then volley back their Chupacabra. That's not what I want. All right, so we'll draw 7. Good thing we're drawing 7, because these are a bunch of bricks. There's a good card.
Meet my newest friend.
Alright, and discard a Water Grave. Playing Llanowar Elf over Growth Chamber Guarding, so I'm certainly going to want the mana. I wonder what we discard. Yeah, we got this one. Thanks to Midnight Reaper and Vivian.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Why did we not play Vannifar first and then Choop's next turn? Because if I play Vannifar, then they go get the Explore creature like they did. They played the Explore creature this turn. The Wild Growth Walker is a lot bigger. The Wild Growth Walker attacks Vivian. I would have to block with the Vannifar. I do not want to block with the Vannifar. I don't want my Vivian taking damage either. So if I don't want either of those to happen, the only thing to do is to play the Chupacabra first. And wait a turn on Vannifar. I still have not played against anybody playing Wilderness Reclamation and Nexus of Fate yet. Still not, I've streamed like 9 hours 2 days ago, 12 hours yesterday. We're on our second league today. I'm on almost 4 hours now today. Still have not played against a single person playing Wilderness Reclamation and Nexus of Fate. All right, 3-1. I have 2 Contempts in the sideboard for Planeswalkers. Ugh. But yeah, that's how we lost the first game there, is I couldn't deal with a Vivian. This time my opponent couldn't deal with Vivian. Yeah, Wilderness is not a very good... I don't really like Wilderness Reclamation as a card, like, just like as a designed, as a card design. I don't really like that card, it seems like not necessary. Yeah, I'm not in love with it. It's really hard to mulligan a hand with a turn 1 Llanowar, and then even with a... and especially with a Jaylight Ranger also, but didn't have anything else. And if our Llanowar Elf would die, that would have been really bad for us. We lost to Jeskai Control. Had some good games, played some good long games, but I think our opponent's deck was built pretty well, and was built really well to beat our kind of deck. They just had like infinite sweepers kind of thing. And yeah, we lost to Jeskai. Gonna sit back with this Rhythm of the Wild deck. They're certainly gonna be more, like, they're gonna be better in a longer game. I want to sit back for a little bit here. And that is why. Alright. Let's double block. Alright, so next turn I can go Hostage Taker, take the Llanowar Elf, cast the Llanowar Elf. This is perfect. And then go get Biogenic Ooze. And they did not play anything that turn. That's what I mean, it was perfect that our opponent didn't just like play some Skargan Hellkite on us. Yeah. Hostage Taker is creatures and artifacts, so it cannot take Rhythm of the Wild. Seeing what we got there. So another land. Alright. If y'all thought that last turn was good, are you ready for this turn? I'm not sure if you're ready for the... If you thought that last turn was good. We're going to sack this Biogenic Ooze. Go get Muldrotha. And then recast the Biogenic Ooze from the graveyard. That's what Prime Speaker Vannifar does. Somebody was saying earlier, does Vannifar really do anything? Oh yeah. Alright, Muldrotha down. Unfortunately, don't have any 3-drops to go get a Hostage Taker. So, gonna go ahead and turn the Branchwalker into a 3-drop, so that next turn I'll be able to turn the 3-drop into a Hostage Taker, so I can take their Ravager Worm. And we're at 4. So I need a Shock in to be able to make 2 oozes. And then next turn, I'll go get Hostage Taker, take their Ravager Worm, play it myself. And the turn after that, I'll turn the Hostage Taker into another ooze. So much ooze. Yeah, Rakdos Mayhem performed pretty well. We were 4-0 and then lost a couple. We lost to a bigger red deck and then lost to green-white tokens, which green-white tokens I admittedly do not have anything in my deck for that. All right, looks like we're not going to be able to Hostage Taker or take their Ravager Worm, unfortunately. We're just going to trade it with the news. But Spawn of Mayhem was incredibly good. I guess I just have lethal if I just attack out. My opponent counted that up too. I wanted to keep potting away stuff, but I guess we just have lethal. Alright, so this seems like a cast down matchup. And a Chupacabra, Contempt, maybe even Thought Erasure as well. Just gotta take their big things. That may be too much stuff. Maybe not the Thought Erasures. Gonna trim Vivian. I don't really care about Rhythm. I don't care to bring an enchantment removal like Brontodon for a Rhythm. I don't mind Brontodon as like a 3/4 body though. That's a reasonable body. I could just like not play Growth Chamber Guardian. Yeah, I think this deck is pretty strong. I honestly do. So I'm going to take out Midnight Reaper. I'm going to get rid of one Vannifar. I think I need Incubation Druid on the draw, honestly. Keep an Incubation Druid. I'll just take out Growth Chamber Guardian. That leaves me at 59. So get this Midnight Reaper back in here. I'm in the process of uploading today's videos. And now that I go check on it, Rakdos Mayhem was done. So yep, it is published. I've only finished one video. So yeah, Rakdos Mayhem is now published. We're on our second one right now. The most meta-defining cards of the set. I'd have to kind of go like off the top of my head. Like it's hard to do off the top of your head. But I certainly think that like. Judith is up there. Wilderness Reclamation is likely up there. Could be things like Skewer the Critics, and like the red burn spells, light up the stage kind of thing. I'll be playing a Bant Flash deck eventually. You know, I'm playing 4 decks a day. Bant Flash is certainly like a deck that I'd like to build. Oh yeah, this deck. Yeah, could this deck? So the question was, could this deck be a new tier deck at least for a few weeks? Yeah, absolutely. I think this deck's real strong. I like our matchup against Jeskai Control kind of in general, but you know we ended up losing. But I think that I think we have a pretty good Jeskai control matchup. Our opponent's deck was really well tuned for this kind of matchup. Have to kill the Guardian. The Guardian just getting more and more Guardians is, you know, a problem. Can't really let that get out of hand. Yeah, Biogenic Ooze is amazing. Biogenic Ooze is certainly standard playable. It's a very good card. We saw them have Thrash Threat last game. Wonder if they have another one of those. Okay. Or Colossus. I guess that's the card I was referring to, isn't it? Yeah, the +4/+2 and trample. Which at least if they're doing that, they're not doing anything else with their mana. Ooh. I think it's the best to get this going. I am worried about like a Hellkite, you know, like something in the air that I won't be able to deal with that I'll need to contempt. Yeah, I'm playing Biogenic Ooze over Carnage Tyrant. I think it's better myself. That's the slot I'm playing Biogenic Ooze in here, but you know, it obviously works really well in our Vannifar deck, but yeah, I like it more than Carnage Tyrant myself. All right, I'm not going to activate and get another 3/3. I'm going to hold up Contempt though, just in case. I think I'd rather hold up Contempt. I'll activate on their end step if I don't contempt something.
I didn't live through hell to lose to you. Balance comes.
That's horrible for us. I need to contempt this Vivian and I need to contempt that Hellkite. That's horrible for us. I guess I'm going to be contempting the Hellkite, though. So I know that trade's not too good for us because we could wait a turn and then we don't trade with the Gruul Spellbreaker anymore because then our creature turns into a 5/5. But presumably, if our opponent uses the mana on a Hellkite here. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to contempt that. Alright. Phoenix and Hellkite, huh? What if... Oh, I don't have enough green mana to double activate. That's really annoying. What if we attack them for 8? No. Attack them for 8, they go down to 12. And then I have 4/4, 6/6, 3/3. They'd have to block something. They could just play Phoenix, block with Phoenix, the next turn Hellkite and kill me. They're still just on that plan of play Phoenix, then play Hellkite.
Let's do this again.
Oh, Llanowar, go to the... Yeah. Llanowar needs to go to the face. Yeah, I'd need to just hit in for 1 with Llanowar. Yeah. Really wish we had, you know, we had 8 mana there, but we didn't have enough green. We didn't have 6 green to double activate Ooze. Really wish we had the 6 green, though. Really wish we could have got another Ooze token, because then I would have attacked them. and I would have felt better about it. Shrievery, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the sub there. That's sub number 14 on the day. The wrong time to be drawing Llanowar Elves these last couple turns. Yeah, and our opponent's not going to play around any kind of removal spell because yeah, that they know that we have the Llanowar Elf in hand. I guess they said earlier that they're chilling here in chat, so they're not going to play around that. So that's why. All right, I think on the play I want these Thought Erasures. They just have so many like powerful high drop end stuff that I think I want that on the play. And we're going to try not to mulligan to 6 this time. I think we're going to try not to do that. I'm going to cut the Muldrotha and a Find Finality. I'll get rid of 1 Midnight Reaper. And maybe both Midnight Reapers. I'll just get rid of both of those. I don't think we need more Contempts in the sideboard, honestly. You know, we have a good amount of removal that we brought in. We didn't really see it too much. Like, I brought in 3 of these cast downs as well. So we have, and I have an extra Chupacabra. So, you know, we got an extra Chupacabra. And we got the 2 Hostage Shakers and a bunch of cast downs. I like where we're at. So I wanted the Black Source in play because of cast down. Let's slow them down. You know, at the time we didn't have any other Black Source. Alright, now we get to ooze this turn. And hope this ooze stays alive. You know, we saw Lava Coil from them last game. Really hoping they don't have Lava Coil here. So Vivian, last game, Vivian would be able to tick up and most likely be able to find another blocker. I thought that Vivian, like, because they were gonna have 7 mana, so they're gonna have they were gonna have some mana for like 4 mana for a Rekindling Phoenix. Then if I let Vivian stay around, I thought they were gonna be able to find another blocker, but. Well, I mean, we're ahead here, but we also don't have anything. So if our opponent can stabilize, like if they just played like a Gruul Spellbreaker, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a good draw. There we go. Now we're back in it. By back in, I mean now we have it. Like if they would have had Spellbreaker last turn, it would have been pretty tough for us. But that oozes. Awesome draw. How did Theater of Horrors perform? Pretty well. It's not that good against other aggro decks. And I think I should have sideboarded it out a little more than I did, because there are matchups where you don't really want Theater of Horrors, like where it's a little slow. But there are other matchups where it was just winning the game on its own kind of thing. And so overall, I liked it. All right, final boss time. Ooh, I actually have something for this. I didn't do this earlier. But it's final boss. Hey, Spiffy. Good games. Yeah, sorry about that third game, getting stuck on lands there. Oh, you left after it didn't reply? Okay. Yeah, I didn't even see that you said that in there. People said that you said that to me afterwards. All right, final boss time. Here we go. Final boss. Could we get the 5 wins? Or we're getting the second loss? Okay, here they are. It's our final boss music. No, the match, you're not matched perfectly on record. Record is the thing that they try to base the matchup on the most, but also being matched up quickly is an important decision for them. And so yeah, 2-0 and 3-1, those are really close records. So yeah, those getting matched up together is certainly reasonable. Yeah, it looks like we're playing against Naya Value. Maybe we're playing against my Naya Value deck for the 5-0. So I went ahead and put the Jadelight Ranger in the graveyard since I'm going to be playing Midnight Reaper. So like I'm going to go. I'd rather play Midnight Reaper I think next turn. So I'm going to go Midnight into Choop, into Biogenic Ooze. So I just don't really need that Jadelight Ranger there. Am I double blocking the Growth Chamber Guardian next turn? No. So we're going to 12 from this Growth Chamber Guardian attack. And then I'm going to 10 for shocking. Oh, Clarion main deck. Well then. Well then. Opponent's not messing around. So much shocking. Can we get some non-shock lands, please? Oh, I'm glad they used the lava coil there. Okay, non-shock land. Oh, that's awful for me. Opponent's got so much removal. They just have infinite 4/4s in removal. It's a good game plan. Okay. Alright, our best draw here is Hostage Taker. That's our draw. Can we get the Hostage Taker? No Hostage Taker. Just more lands. Alright, Mascalar, have a good night. Alright, let's get other Choop in here. And we're kind of doing like, I think I'm just sideboarding like we did with against the green-red opponent. I want Thought Erasures, Cast Downs. Going to... I shouldn't just take out my Growth Chamber Guardian though, I don't think. Yeah, Bronto is really good against Ixalan's Binding, and it is a large creature. Alright, Thought Erasure out. If I bring in these Cast Downs... What am I cutting? Guess I'm getting rid of Incubation Druid. And still gotta cut still gotta cut 2 cards. Guess we're just gonna cut a Muldrotha and a Vannifar. You can't buy specific cards in MTGA. You have to buy packs, and every 6 packs you open, you get a rare wild card, and so you just get the cards you open from your packs, and then you earn wild cards, and you can spend those wild cards on specific cards. Okay. Alright, come on, lands. Really want to work our way up to Vivian. Come on, land. Oh, that's the opposite of land. Our most expensive card in our deck, a 5-drop. Land. Alchemy, welcome to the stream. That is sub number 15 on the day, so we're getting a pack after this, even if we end up losing to the final boss here. Which is what it looks like, so what's going to happen. Sub number 15 on the day. Alright, Black Source. We got a land, but it wasn't a Black Source. We really need a Black Source of Chupacabra. And I don't have anything else to do but this. Really need to kill that angel this turn. Because of the Rekindling Phoenix, because of the clock of the Rekindling Phoenix. Our opponents had real good hands both games, you know? They just had better hands. They've curved out and used all their mana all the time. Better than we have. Better than we did there. So, oh well. All right, 4-2. That's the key to winning mid-range matches, is spending all your mana, spending more mana than your opponent. And they did that both games. All right, so got 700 extra gold again. We went 4-2 with Sultai Vannifar. But yeah, this deck feels pretty good. Like it quite a bit. Mana troubles just happen in games. But yeah, I really liked what we had going on here. Not sold that Muldrotha is necessary, but it's certainly really cool to pot into and replay your Biogenikus like we did that other game. Yeah, the links to the article on mana level 1 here. That gets you there. Read Duke's level 1 full course. All right, if you're watching this over on YouTube, hope you enjoyed this deck. And thanks for watching. Hope you hit that subscribe button as well. And I'll see you for the next video.